Wolf Roundtable. Real quick, we want to say a happy belated Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed the holiday, eating a lot of food and a lot of turkey. You already know who I am. I'm your host, Tristan Harlan, here with my good friend, my good compadre, my amigo, Cooper, the Juice Box Melter. Cooper, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, thanks, Tristan. But you know who's not doing too well? Mr. Sullivan. He came down with a mighty sinus infection, dealing with a bad cold this time of month. So I hope he's doing great at home and feeling better.
Well, you know, he went to Miami for a cruise over the Thanksgiving holiday, and hopefully he ran into our old pal, North Chad O'Meara. But regardless of that, before we get too carried away, you already know what time it is, everybody. Let's go ahead and send it to our news desk correspondent, Ella Jane. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Tristan. Thanks for asking. My name is Ella Jane Britt, and welcome back to the Red Wolf Roundtable News Desk. This week in A-State Athletics, the Red Wolves men's basketball team defeated Bethel last Sunday with a final score of 90-65. Malcolm Farrington hit a career high of 18 points and averaged 58.6% shooting from the floor. Farrington also contested 20 assists and out-rebounded the Bobcats. Marquise Davis also contested to the Red Wolf win with 15 points, which makes for the third consecutive game in a row. Julian Lewell also finished with 12 points. This pack of Red Wolves are set to play the Devils of Mississippi Valley State Thursday night at First National Bank Arena. As always, tip-off is set for 7 p.m., and you can watch the game live on ESPN+, and you can hear it live on the EAB Red Wolf Sports Network. Arkansas State women's soccer player Abigail Miller has just been named to the United Soccer Coaches All-Region team. This makes for the 4th player in the program's history to earn United Soccer Coaches All-Region honors. In A-State women's basketball, the Batesville native Izzy Higginbottom hit a career high of 26 points in their last game against Kansas City, where these Lady Red Wolves finished with an overtime win of 79-68. These Red Wolves are set to be on a 3-game road swing and stretch 6 of 7 away games from home. Arkansas State football team finished out their season Saturday, falling to the Trojans of Troy University with a final score of 48-19. The Red Wolves football team finished the season with a 3-9 record. James Blackman completed 20 of 35 passes, totaling for 220 yards in his final contest, with the A.J. Mayer completed his lone pass for a 1-yard touchdown to Reed Tyler. That's all I have for you this week from the Red Wolf Roundtable News Desk. Tristan and Cooper, back to you guys.
Cooper, off-season college football is already in full effect. And what would you know? Our old pal Wayne Hatcher from the old Texas State Bobcats. He's in the transfer portal again.
I mean, old Lane, he wants to, oh, I'm going to be big and bad. I'm going to go to Texas State. And then now he's like, I don't like it here. I want to leave. I want to go somewhere. Where else are you going to go?
He was at Bama. He left Bama to come here just to get away from Butch Jones, probably. Then Butch Jones says, hey, buddy, Merry Christmas. I'm following you. And then he says, no, I don't like you, Butch. I'm going to Texas State with Jake Spruval.
Well, I guess he doesn't like Arkansas State because old Mr. Dampus went down there with him, too. And he said, oh, Lincoln came with you, too? Get me out of here. I'm tired of Arkansas State, he's saying. So, you know what? Who knows where he's going to go to? I really don't care. Honestly, Lane Hatcher, make up your mind. You're like a girl trying to pick dinner. Undecisive. I mean, just being honest, no offense. But come on, make a decision.
Well, Cooper,
he was starting at Arkansas State and Texas State, so it can't be playing time.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be playing time. Well, here's the thing. When he left Arkansas State, they said his dad told him where to go. They said his dad wanted him to leave Arkansas State to pursue better opportunities. He goes to Texas State, barely has a better record than Arkansas State, and says, I graduated. I'm going to go play football somewhere else. It's like you saying, hey, I want to go show I can be an NFL-level talent even though I'm not even an XFL talent. I mean, look, I'm not trying to get too much into it here because he's just a washed-up quarterback anyway, but you got to, if you're going to play college football, you need to make a decision saying, hey, sure, I may have left this school, but I'm going to ride it out with this other school to show how much I really care about the sport of college football, because college football is a sport in itself. I mean, sure, it's football, but it's a whole ordeal. We could spend 4 hours talking about that. But I wish him nothing but the best of luck because I'm a very festive guy, but it's kind of getting old at this point. But Cooper, we're going to go ahead and take a short break before we get too carried away and get canceled off air. You're watching Red Wolf Roundtable here on ASU-TV.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside Football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
Well, Cooper, as Ella Jane was talking about before we went to break, we faced the Troy Trojans in the last football game of the year. And man, what a game that was.
Yeah, we were actually winning. We were winning.
We got an interception in the opening drive of the game.
W-I-N-N-I-N-G, winning. We were winning. Now, did we finish the game winning? No, we got our butts kicked because they decided, hey, we're going to play good now and drop 34 points in the fourth quarter.
34 unanswered points in the fourth quarter, to put it to you that way. I mean, you just got to look at the stats if you want to know the story of the game for it. You know, we had great passing yards. We had terrible rushing yards. We had 2 turnovers, and we only scored 19 points. James Blackman looked absolutely fantastic this game. I guess he watched us. I watched a previous episode of Roundtable when I was ranting about him and telling him how washed up and garbage he was because he actually ran the football. And I asked him in the post-game conference. I said, James, you know, you ran the ball a lot more in this game. What was some of the things that you and Coach talked about during the week? And he said, "Oh, I feel like I ran the ball more at Old Dominion." Cook, we pulled up the stats.
I think he had 10 yards at Old Dominion, and he had a 30-yard rushing touchdown. And if my math's correct, now
I had a D in college algebra, so don't ask me for math.
30?
30
is bigger than 10.
Yes.
All right. I mean.
But anyways, regardless of that, he played great. He actually showed like he actually could play college football at the Division I football level. And then it came to the fourth quarter. We were up by 1 going into the fourth quarter. We were driving down the field in the fourth quarter. And what happened in the fourth quarter? Oh, we did things the A-State way. What does that mean, you may ask? Oh, you know, James Blackman, he dropped back. He looked, he said, hey, you, I'm throwing you the ball. Pick 6 all the way back home. And then what happened after that, Cooper, you may ask? Well, Troy continuously found the end zone like a snake playing with its prey.
I mean, we lost the game in A-State fashion. You know, playing great for all 3 quarters. You know, just, man, A-State, they're looking good. This Troy team, you know, they have a chance to go play in the conference championship game. And A-State, they're making them play for their money here. Well, like, if you watched A-State games this year, if it's a close game and we don't win, when do we blow it? The fourth quarter. And what did we do? We blew it in the fourth quarter.
Yep. The thing was, it was cold, it was rainy. The scene was perfect. A-State was going to play spoiler. The
Senior day, too.
The headlines in the Herald and the Jonesboro Sun was going to read, Red Wolves upset Troy in fantastic fashion. But instead the headlines read, once again, James Blackman chokes the game away. A-State falls by 34 unanswered points.
Now, it's not all on James Blackman. You win as a team, you lose as a team in football. But maybe, I don't know who to blame. There's a bunch of people I could blame. Maybe it's the offensive coordinator. Maybe it's the defensive coordinator not getting things right. But, Butch Jones, he's claiming when the transfer portal opens up, he's going to hammer it hard and get veterans. I sure hope so. We need some veteran leadership on that team, and there's none.
Well, Cooper, my biggest thing for you is, what does A-State need as a team? In your honest opinion, what do we need as a football team?
If I had to pick one thing, we need an offensive lineman that we can run the ball and be able to pass without getting hit every 4 seconds. Because when we're looking at the stats, we had 38 rushing yards. You're not going to win many ball games with only 38 rushing yards. You need an O-line, and you need to be able to run the football, plain and simple.
Yeah, Cooper. Well, if you look on A-State football Twitter, whoever is talking about it, it could be A-State fan in D.C. or every other jabroni from here to Memphis, Tennessee, or even Washington, D.C. for that matter, that think they know the game of football like the back of our hand. We don't claim to know the game of football. We're just giving you our honest opinions here. But
you are listening to it.
Yeah, exactly. So if you look on the Twitter, it varies from a new offensive coordinator, or Butch Jones needs to leave, or we need Lane Hatcher back, or we need Tua Tagovailoa to come back to the college football level. We need Joe Burrow. We need God himself. We need a Thanksgiving turkey. We just need everybody. So, Coop, what you said is true. I mean, you've seen it. Butch Jones has said the offense coordinator, Keith Heckendorf, does not call the plays, but when it's 3rd and 27 and you run the ball up the middle, you kind of scratch your head there. But Cooper, looking ahead to next week for the Sun Belt Conference, the conference championship is going to happen. It's going to be Coastal Carolina versus Troy. Troy's playing host. And honestly, and me being honest here, it should be James Madison versus Troy.
Yeah, but, the Coastal can kiss James Madison and thank him however they want. But, I really don't agree with not letting James Madison with the post of, I don't care about the rules. They came in, dominated, let them play. I want to see Troy and James Madison play. That would be a great game. Now Coastal Troy's going to be a good game. But my thing is, when are we going to start playing at, a neutral site field somewhere? You know what? Let's have the neutral site field, War Memorial, Little Rock, Arkansas for the Sun Belt Conference Championship game. Then that would give us incentive to win games because, hey, if we make the championship, we automatically get home field advantage.
I mean, I wanted to argue with that, but that's honestly a good idea. I mean, it's not like Catholic high school is using the thing for anything. I mean, they suck too. But regardless of that, Cooper, real quick before we have to go to break, what would be your prediction for the Sun Belt Conference Championship? Who wins and what's the score?
I'm going to say Troy in a 35-32 fashion.
All right, Coop. Well, I hope Troy wins as well. That way we can say the West still claims the land. But, Coop, we're going to take another short break. You're watching Red Wolf Roundtable here on ASU-TV.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable, guys. Now it's time to talk about the fiery women's basketball team.
Yes, we were gone for some time over break, and they played a couple games here and there. They won some, they lost some, but they're inconsistent. You see at McNeese State,
Which is our most recent game. We played them last night.
We won big time, 102-83, dominant win from them. And 51% from field goal. You shot 38% from the three-point land compared to their 16. They out-rebounded us by 1. But, you're going to win games if they're only shooting 16% from three-point land.
Yeah, Cooper, and you see the score there, 102-83. It's the first time of the year that Arkansas State's women's basketball team has hit the century mark in the score on the score column. But the beautiful thing about it is they had about, I want to say, 5 or 6 different players score double digits, with Kia Patton leading the way and then Izzy right behind her.
Well, in the first quarter, first quarters, because it doesn't make sense to me. In college basketball, men's, they play 2 20-minute halves, and then women's, they play 4 quarters, 10 minutes each. But in the first quarter, they dropped, I think it was 44 points they dropped against this team. Whew, that's a lot of scoring.
Yeah, but then over the course of the break, it was a doubleheader day. We played Boomer Sooner.
Yeah.
And you seen it right there. I mean, we didn't win. Arkansas State, they didn't win. They lost by a score of 95-70. They kind of ran away with it in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. But it was a great
It was close. For the first
game.
It was 3 quarters. They played tremendously, in my opinion, because Oklahoma, they're always going to be good in basketball. They're good in pretty much every sport over in Oklahoma. Speaking of Oklahoma, we play them next year in football, but we're not going to talk about that. But, we had them. We got him within 1, I think, in the second quarter. It was a 6-point game at halftime. Third quarter, they kind of started taking away. Then fourth quarter is what good teams do. They come alive when they need to the most.
Yeah, Cooper. I mean, and then Saturday, the day the football team played Troy, the women's team played the Roos. And, Easton, he's in shambles right now because he's from Kansas City. And I told him, I said, man, how do you feel knowing that your college just beat your hometown team? And he said, I don't want to talk about it.
That's the only thing I got to say about the Roos real quick. I love their logo. That's a cool logo. But looking at that score, it went into overtime. And Arkansas State didn't let them score a single point in overtime. They went on an 11-0 run to win the game.
Yeah, Cooper,
that's what you want to see to win games right there.
Yeah, Cooper, we even have highlights from that game to show Izzy Higginbottom and the rest of the A-State women's basketball team absolutely tear it up in First National Bank Arena. You're seeing it right there, firing on all cylinders. Easton, some of your highlights are in here. I don't know which ones are which, but there you see it. Superstar Izzy, she's laying it up. Another lay-in. The women's basketball, look at the move and the finger roll. This team was firing on all cylinders, and it's a shame, as you see the tray ball fire. It's a shame that more fans are not in First National Bank Arena to see this team play. I mean, I get we don't play in a big venue like a FedEx Forum or I get it. But as Coach Rogers has said time and time again, this is a team you want to see play in person, and I agree 100%. So as you're seeing it on the screen, Izzy Higginbottom, she dropped a career high in this game. You got to go out to see this team play, Coop.
You do, and to their defense, this game was played on a Saturday with the A-State men's football team playing their last game. But, when Arkansas State played Arkansas last year, that whole lower bowl was filled up. We need that every single week. If it's for the men's or women's, we need that because, these are 2 teams. If you want to see good basketball, go and watch them.
Well, Cooper, we're going to have to take another break, but real quick before we go to break, I just want to say the iconic Coach Rogers line, Neds ain't free. Stick around, guys. We have more Red Wolf Roundtable coming after this.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside Football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable. Now it's time to talk about the men's basketball team. Coop, we missed a lot of games over the break.
We did. They, while we're over there chilling, eating on a turkey leg, eating some leftover mashed potatoes and gravy, they're out there hooping. And, they did some good things, and they also did some bad things. But, it's always good to focus on the positives at first.
Yeah, Cooper, the first game we're going to highlight here was against the Skyhawks at UT Martin. The ladies, they played them. They lost. But the men played them. They won.
Yeah.
And you're seeing it. They shot 46% from the field. They out-rebounded them 40-29. They didn't shoot as well from the three-point line. But in the end, it was 70-64. And when making this graphic, I just couldn't think of a clever line to put there. So, guys, who's ever watching this, just insert your own clever line there.
Yeah, we're trying to, get everybody involved here at Arkansas State and here, Red Wolf Roundtable, insert your clip. I can't think of one on the spot, but, it was a good game, hard-fought win, but nonetheless, we out-rebounded them, which leads to second chance points, which are going to lead you to win some ball games.
Yeah, Cooper, the men then played Prairie View at home, and that game was not pretty at all. What is a rebound is what I want to highlight for this game, because as the quote Coach Pilato, they just got out-dogged. They out-rebounded A-State 45-24. They didn't shoot as well from the three-point line. And the score, you're seeing it there. They almost beat us by 10 points. And that, when you're playing Prairie View, you can't have that, you can't fall that hard.
If I can remember right, I think Prairie View had 17 or 15 offensive rebounds compared to, I think, 5 or 7. Those are second chance opportunities you're providing yourself with. We lost a game we shouldn't. We lost by 8. Just a couple more rebounds that, just simple miss layup. You go up and put it right back up for an easy 2. If you have maybe 2 or 3 couple more of those, you're right back in that game, and you don't lose a game you're not supposed to. I really feel like we shouldn't have lost that game to Prairie View.
Coach Pilato feels the same way. That's why the next game against Bethel at home, it was an absolute dogfight for the Red Bulls.
I feel bad for them. We kind of took some anger out on Bethel, honestly.
You can see it within the stats. Arkansas State just absolutely transformed into a brand new team that had looked like they'd never seen the court, didn't play overseas, didn't do anything. They strictly played nothing but basketball. And that is when a team is scary. They shot almost 60% from the field. They almost doubled Bethel's rebounds. Evened up on the three-point shot, but man, oh man.
I mean, if you're shooting almost 60% in a game, you're doing something right. You want every game Arkansas State has won. I've looked at it, and we're going to see some highlights now. Just
AB, look at him.
Look at that tall man just going up there too easy with the little finger roll. But when shooting 60%, you're going to win most ball games. I looked at it. A-State, in the games they won, they have shot it, I think, 45% or better from three-point land. We shot 50% and we won.
Well, AB always said, sorry to go off topic, but AB always tells me pregame that he wants to be on the show, and that's his 5 seconds of showtime right there until we can get him on the show.
We can move over a little bit if we need to. I mean, we can raise the camera up for him. So
yeah, but I mean, you're seeing there. Look at the beautiful teammate chemistry there. Their teammate grade's got to be on 100% at this point because look at, what a block.
Team takeover is engaged. Let's just drive to the hoop after the block. That was the next play. We're playing great basketball. Caleb Fields, he's just going to pull up from the corner.
Between Caleb Fields and Malcolm Farrington, those two absolutely took over. Look at another
Marquise
beautiful
Davis.
lob. Bethel, where's your defense at, my guy? Farrington, look at that. Tray ball, fire. Put the threes up, ring it up, put it down on the bank account because Malcolm Farrington was shooting like he could not miss in that game against Bethel. He's arguably, as Coach Bellato would call him, the best three-point shooter in the Sun Belt.
Honestly, watching this team play, I'm not sure if it's the Lob City Clippers or it's the Lob City Red Wolves because I think that can go. But Lob City Red Wolves, I like it. Every game, it's a highlight reel, and please go to the games. Imagine that crowd when Caleb Fields comes off a little pick and roll and he just throws a no-look behind the head pass to AB or Marquise Davis and they just throw it down one-handed. It would be rocking in there.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at the next game. Mississippi Valley State, they're coming Thursday. This is a game that you should go out to support your Red Bulls. You see the stats. There's nothing more we could say, but Cooper, before we get too carried away, let's go ahead and send it back to our news desk correspondent, Ella Jane Britt. Ella Jane, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Favorite Thanksgiving dish has to be mashed potatoes. But on the side of that, with the A-State men's and women's basketball season already underway, please be sure to visit astateredwolves.com to see the complete schedules and broadcast information. The A-State men's basketball team is set to play at First National Bank Arena tomorrow at 7 p.m. against Mississippi Valley State. If you cannot make it to the game, it will be streamed live on ESPN Plus and the EAB Red Wolf Sports Network. Back to you guys, Tristan and Cooper.
So if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, you just have an off night, go out and support your Red Wolves. They will very much appreciate it.
Yeah, and real quick, to kind of peel back a little bit of the aura that is Red Wolf Roundtable, over the Thanksgiving break, sorry if I get a little emotional here, but my brother passed away. He was almost 21 years old. He was born in 2001, and I got the news day after Thanksgiving that he passed away. And I just want to say, I love you, Sam. Thank you for everything, my brother. And thank you guys for supporting us here at Red Wolf Roundtable, and we'll see you guys next time.